Yeah.
You're up your game, man. You're up in your game in the podcast world.
Thanks to you and your constructive criticism many moons ago. So, Anthony, I'm a big fan of yours. You've been in the investment space for a long time. What are your thoughts on how the environment has changed around crypto from the government?
Look, I try to call balls and strikes in my life. The Trump administration has transformed the game. I think the bad news for the United States, unfortunately, is we're about a half a decade behind, and in some cases a full decade behind some of our global competitors. But the Trump administration has ended the war on crypto. They've advanced the ball on regulation. They've got crypto-friendly people at the SEC, the CFTC. I think the political winds have shifted. I think it's going to be very hard for Democrats to be anti-crypto. And I think it's turned out that there's no anti-state. You got to eat the attack on Greenland. Maybe we're going to take over Panama. Let's drop a tariff bomb on every one of our allies, including our adversaries. So you are forced to eat the whole thing with the Trump buffet. And so I'm not in love with the meme coin, but that's part of Donald Trump. That's who he is.
It is what it is. Now, Congress is working on legislation, the Clarity Act, which is a market structure bill, and the Genius Act, which is a stablecoin bill.
Don't you love the fact that they're called stable and genius?
Genius.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
There was some plot
there.
You know
you love that.
What are your thoughts on that? And do you anticipate those getting passed this year?
I do. I'll be bold enough to say I think they get passed before the August recess. I think these guys are working hard on it. I think they've made some compromises and bridges. And
Anthony, you've been through the markets. We know a blow-off top is coming sometime this year. That could be a top signal for Bitcoin. 150K legislation goes into place and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have experienced 9 colossal, epic bear markets in the business. 37 years. It can be brutal in the bear markets. The big message for people is you got to see things through. Obviously, probably one of the most painful periods of my career was after the FTX debacle. And in 2022, we were really hurting. We held our positions, stuck to our positions. And I will tell people unleveraged is the right way to go in this market because, what the leverage is, Buffett would tell you that the leverage is a spear coming out of the steering wheel.
You can go broke, women, leverage, and booze. Right.
Yeah. No, he left out drugs, but Charlie was an old school guy. He left out the drugs, but the drugs can get you too.
Yeah. So Anthony, Circle went and did an IPO. And is this the IPO season for crypto?
Well, first off, fully disclosed, I was an investor pre-IPO. I congratulate Jeremy and his team. I think they've done a phenomenal job. And I do think you'll see more. I think Kraken will likely go public this year, if not in the next couple of months. There was a neobank, not necessarily in the crypto space, called Chime, went public today. And so the IPO window has opened. I think that's good news. What I'm a little disappointed about, and this is because of regulation, we have less great to have jockeys like Brian Armstrong, Jeremy Allaire, all-stars CEOs like that have their money allocated towards. So I hope there's more public offerings. I hope there's some less regulation associated with that.
So let's say the SEC updates the accreditation laws, but also could tokenization be something that companies can do ahead of an IPO, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that's also coming. If you can get Larry Fink on your program, I'll channel my Larry Finkishness, if you will. That's happening the next 3 years. Imagine a situation, Tony. I've got my phone over there. On my phone is my Starbucks stock. It's been passed, and we need to have clarity on stablecoins because look at somebody like Tether, not well known in the United States, or at least not used in the United States because of regulation, but Tether has more treasuries, U.S. treasuries on its balance sheet than Germany, the sovereign country of Germany, the sovereign country of Japan. And so what we know, more stablecoin proliferation, if I'm saying that word properly, leads to more dollar supremacy because we're going to mark these stable coins in U.S. dollar, and that will strengthen the U.S. dollar's position around the world.
Is Skybridge looking at doing something along those lines, or if helping another company do something like that?
Well, like I said, I'm an investor thinking more about DeFi And so a lot of different organizations, a lot of different coins have partnered with us to help out with that experience.
I know you got to go. Final question. What are you most excited about in crypto for this year?
I'm excited about you, my man. Come on, I want to hang out with you.
Thank you, man.
I need some thinking crypto swag.
We're going to do an in-person interview. I record in the financial district at Wall Street.
All right, well, I want to do that. But in addition to you, the thing I'm most excited about is getting this legislation passed, because this legislation getting passed is a game opener for the traditional finance people. Yes, Larry Fink is there. Abigail Johnson from Fidelity is there. But the money center banks...
Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and enabling post notifications for more content on crypto and digital assets. Check out our other videos and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps with the YouTube algorithm and keeps the content coming. Thanks for your support. Enjoy the video.